rap for your naughty. It's a rap. Get the guap, spin the rack on your naughty.
Ha! Gay!
Hello friends and welcome to Z's Take. Today I want to give you my take on Zohran Mamdani, the Democrat socialist who's got the establishment more rattled than the day Trump ate that bullet and came back yelling, "Fight, fight, fight." So talk to me, Joe. Give me your minority report concerning this beast. Sure. Zohran Mamdani is a rising socialist force out of New York City, an organizer turned candidate who just pulled off the unthinkable, defeating Andrew Cuomo in the primary and flipping the script in New York City's political elite. Backed by a coalition of progressive heavyweights like AOC, Jamal Bowman, and the Working Families Party, Mamdani isn't running to reform the system, he's running to dismantle it. His platform is built on rent strikes, public housing expansion, police defunding, and wealth redistribution. He calls City Hall a corporate pawn shop and says it's time to return power to the working class. Whether you see revolution or a train wreck coming, one thing's clear: Zohran Mamdani isn't waiting his turn, and voters are listening. So they fed the alligator hoping to eat them last, but now it's wearing their suit and running for mayor. That is crazy. So some socialist knocks out Cuomo, starts talking rent strikes and free groceries, and the Democrats just sit there, smiling? What happened? They forgot how to panic? Well, it's a little more complicated than that. The reason why the establishment Democrats aren't pushing back is simple. They went to bed with the progressives to beat Trump. And once you're in bed with these guys, you don't just get up and walk away. They take over. The party didn't push back, the party shifted. Now the progressives are the popular ones, the loud ones, the base. In New York, the old guard staying quiet because they know if they take off the radicalized base, the socialist crowd, they lose everything. So instead of fighting, they're folding. For now.
A few moments later.
Z, what's going on, my man? Hey, Joe. I'm kind of obsessed with this Mamdani situation. So I'm doing my thing with the news. You mean them remixes? With the memes? Yes, sir. Let's check it out.
I actually created a playlist for Mira, who also happens to be my mother. Nepotism and hard work goes a long way.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So the third holy grail of taboos in American politics, you have socialism, you have Islam, and then you have Palestine. And you are really going for the trifecta.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Tell me, why is Palestine a part of your politics?
When you grow up as someone, especially in the third world, you have a very different understanding of the Palestinian struggle. Nepotism.
Track for your naughty. Go ahead, make a rap for your naughty. It's a rap. Get the guap, spin the rack on your naughty. Spin the rack. Come through, give a dab to your naughty. If you really feeling good, spin the track for your naughty.
You're teasing me, naughty, naughty.
This dude is a chameleon. That's why I'm getting those weird Kamala vibes. Check out how reluctant the Democrats are in backing this guy.
Though some top Democrats are stopping short of endorsing him outright, including the top Democrats in the House and Senate, who also happen to be fellow New Yorkers.
Will you support his candidacy and will you back him?
The election just completed. I had a chance to call and congratulate him on the Tuesday's primary and look forward to having conversation. Obviously, there's areas of difference in our positions, but I also think we need to have those conversations. But in the meantime, I truly am not focused on the politics. What I'm doing, I'm focusing on affordability and making New York City safe and making the state safe. So that's my primary objective right now.
Him and then also the will of New York City voters, New York Democratic primary voters. Do you think that their choice is not valid?
No, I don't see how you can possibly include that from what I just said. I said that I'm going to be having conversations. I want to find out, positions on specific issues. But in the meantime, I'm working closely with Eric Adams. We have a lot of work to do to get through, a crisis right now. Building more housing. I focus on governing and delivering for New Yorkers.
Remember when it took Democrat leaders a couple of days to back up Kamala? I think it took Obama almost a week to endorse her.
Yeah.
But anyway, just like they did before, they have no choice but to bend the knee to the progressives. You were right about that, brother.
Yeah, you know how it is. Gotta make a couple backroom phone calls. Gotta make sure everything is right before we could even think about saving democracy and the people.
And that's not all. According to the New York Post, Black New Yorkers are raging over Zohran Mamdani's claim that he's African American.
Oh, really?
Yep, you heard that right. Zohran Mamdani allegedly checked the African American box when it came to his Columbia University application. Black New Yorkers are pissed.
So during a recent interview, Lord Zohran, New York City's favorite comment section communist, was called out for essentially putting himself down as a African American Asian on the census. What's the issue with classifying yourself as an African American when you literally were born in Africa and you now live in America? Well, see, here's the thing. That classification is saved for Black Americans. See how that works? So, as an Indian American, there would be another classification for you, not Native American or Indigenous American, but as an Indian man. That's your mama, that's your daddy. There's a section for you right there.
Peace to the tribe. So Zohran Mamdani, a Democrat running for the mayor of New York City, recently came out and said back in 2009, when he applied to Columbia University, he marked as a Black/African American. Columbia, like many elite universities, used a race-conscious affirmative action admissions program at the time, reporting that his race was Black or African American in addition to Asian could have given an advantage to Mr. Mamdani, who was born in Uganda. And this is why the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget, the organization that's over the racial and ethnic identifiers in America, needs to get it right. Black/Black Americans are a specific ethnicity found in America. We were reclassified to Black on the very first United States Census record in 1790 up until 1860, prior to the Civil War. Prior to the end of the Civil War, we was Black on paper. If you can't find that in your family tree, if none of your ancestors was reclassified on Black with the U.S. Census from 1790 through 1865,
and you ain't Black.
These guys are right. And what's even crazier is that this seems to be a growing trend or the norm. I remember Mindy Kaling.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about her.
Her brother was exposed for falsely claiming to be Black just to get into medical school.
That was Kamala's girl. And let's not forget, Kamala couldn't prove she was Black to save her life. It got so bad they didn't even want to talk about it anymore. At one point, they were desperate to change the subject.
He suggested that you happened to turn Black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity. Any same old tired playbook. Next question, please. That's it? That's it.
Okay, Joe, I get it, but chameleons aren't anything new to the Democrat Party. The question is he a communist? Even if he was, the mainstream media would do their best to cover it up, won't they?
You know what? Not exactly. The media have actually been doing their jobs and asking questions and pushing back. Even the leaks are getting pushed around all over the media. And they're not good.
Leaks, you say? Wow, that's a fact, Joe. Check this out.
You are a self-described democratic socialist. Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires. I don't think that we should have billionaires. I don't think that we should have billionaires. because frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country.
What do you mean by that?
What the purpose is about this entire project, it's not simply to raise class consciousness, but to win socialism. And obviously raising class consciousness is a critical part of that. We have to continue to elect more socialists, and we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right? Or whether it is the end goal of seizing the means of production, or whether it is the end goal of seizing the means of production,
What? Bottom line, though, is that for that housing plan that I mentioned, Zohran would have to go to Albany to raise the city debt limit. It would require the city to accrue even more debt. So, yeah, it's going to be expensive if Zohran is our next mayor.
This is not a city where you use idealism to state you're giving everything to everyone for free.
First of all, I would say you can say democratic socialist. I think just drop the democratic. I think socialist is appropriate. I have found tweets from his mother, who's actually a famous film director, saying, you know, proudly declaring that her son is a socialist. And so
I got you, homie.
So, let me get this straight. He pissed off the black community. Check. The traditional and establishment Democrats shaking in their boots. The party itself distracted, divided. This should be good news for MAGA, right? Classic let them fight moment.
I don't know. Sometimes I think you don't know Trump too well.
Yeah, something tells me it's not that simple.
Your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zohran Mamdani, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zohran Mamdani. I'm gonna come.
We don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation.
They don't know what the fuck this.
Yeah, I think you should probably read this post.
As President of the United States, I'm not going to let this communist lunatic destroy New York. Rest assured, I hold all the levers and have all the cards. I'll save New York City and make it hot and great again, just like I did with the good old USA.
So there you have it, Z. Looks like MAGA's going to war against communism.
Yes, sir, and we'll be right here covering it. Join us next week as we bring you another video exposing the rot of the country. Like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. See you next time on Z's Take.